boys better hold on because I'm going to have to stand on it.
Welcome back to High, Wide, and Handsome, a racing podcast here on the Arson Brothers Network. We are on this Thursday schedule again this week. I'm Matt Klein, joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Sean Allen.
I hope everybody had a great St. Patrick's Day. Here we are again.
That's right. And Mr. Michael Sizemore.
Hey, what's up?
But yeah, we're back again on the Thursday schedule. My fault yet again, because I got completely wrapped up last night and didn't even realize it was Tuesday in the ongoing Bristol Dirt Nationals, which is currently taking place at Bristol Motor Speedway this week. And as we mentioned last week, Size and I will be there for the finale night, Saturday night.
That's right.
But it has been absolutely crazy already down there. Lots of really good racing, lots of wild racing, and lots of wild wrecks.
Yeah. I know you paid for the subscription service there, so you've sent me and Sean a few videos of some crazy ones.
It has been wild and brutal. Certainly been fun to watch. It's been fun to watch the track develop, and even to thinking ahead for NASCAR weekend. And seeing so far just a handful of the NASCAR guys there. The rest of them come to town tomorrow and into Friday. But so far on the NASCAR side, if you want to note that, Austin Dillon has got the place figured out pretty early, and Matt Crafton in his modified was very, very fast today.
Cool. Yeah. Old man Matt Crafton doing pretty good, huh?
He was bringing the heat today now for sure. He come from like 17th to 3rd in a short little heat, which is very, very impressive.
Yeah, that is good. You know, the old man and the big dog getting it done.
Yeah, that's right. But a lot more NASCAR guys coming to town, and certainly there's a lot of really talented dirt track stars there as well. So it's going to be fun to watch play out. And we'll bring you some footage of that from our venture down there as well next week, as well as a vlog, full vlog here on the Arson Brothers Network. Also, before we get into full-blown NASCAR talk, I want to mention the NHRA returned to action last weekend at the Gator Nationals down in Florida, Gainesville. The Josh Hart brought home the overall top fuel win, and J.R. Todd on the funny car side. I got to peep a little bit of that. It's a good time. I always like to at least check in, if not watch as much as I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea about any of the drag racing conversations, but glad we got you, because I know your dad especially is a big drag guy, isn't he?
Yeah, that's how he got his start in racing. He drag raced NHRA and IHRA in the early and mid 80s, and then later more switched to dirt track.
Yeah.
So I got a place for it in my heart a little bit. I don't follow it as much as NASCAR and such, but you know. But they're a really fun show in NHRA to go to live. I will recommend that to anyone who certainly gets a thrill out of racing. It is a very good time and very, very fan accessible, like unlike anything I've ever saw as far as big league motorsports. And also noting coming up this weekend, IMSA is back. The 12 Hours of Sebring at the famed historic Sebring International Raceway, also down in Florida. And on the NASCAR side, of course, Jimmy Johnson is back in the Alley Racing Cadillac. He will be with
Jimmy driving his Cadillac.
Simon Pagenaud and Kamu Kobayashi. So very talented team there. Yeah. And I saw interesting as well this week that they reached out to Mr. Chad Knaus and asked for some help on getting their pit crew better organized, apparently. So I thought that was extremely interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're wanting to get creative.
You're like, see if you can push the envelope here a little bit on this side, Chad.
Yeah.
But Jimmy, he can't leave Chad. He's like that. Well, Well, you know,
I can't quit you, Chad.
can't do it. I thought that was kind of funny. Not, I mean, you know, funny.
Yeah.
Beam quality, kind of funny there, but also pretty cool and interesting, I thought. But
Yeah, for sure.
so racing back in lots of forms. NASCAR usually gets things started. Well, a few winter things, but lots of motorsports back.
Yeah, I've seen on Facebook a lot of the local tracks are kicking off either this week or next too. So everybody's fired up, ready to roll.
They are, and hopefully we'll get out to some local, even regional tracks here throughout the spring and summer as well. It's our hopes and dreams, anyway.
Yeah, truth.
But yeah, that moves us in to the NASCAR world of things, and the Western swing is over. The dance has ended.
Yep, heading back east, back down to the south where NASCAR belongs.
Oh, Lord.
And Mr. Moneybags over here,
Right?
Mr. Michael Sizemore, with the big gamble on Truex. Let's hear about it. What did you win? How'd you win? How'd it play out?
Didn't at work, listening to the race. Had my $50 logged in, or had my $5 logged in on FanDuel's. No way I'm putting down $50. And that 5 turned into 50 because, as Sean put it, I used my Steiner math last week and couldn't be beaten.
I mean,
and just to add a little insult to injury, I took half of that and bet against WVU in the NCAA tournament.
Well, you're going to lose that, but that's another story.
Let's go Moorhead. It was a cool finish there at the race. I mean, Truex, the last few laps, he stayed up front, and I wasn't complaining about it. Normally, I would be complaining about it, but not this weekend.
We saw it looked like it was going to be a Penske day, honestly, as we saw Ryan Blaney take stage 1, Joey Logano take stage 2. But it did not come to fruition. However, Logano did end up second. A fantastic finish.
Yeah, Logano's been right there time and time again. And I feel like eventually, maybe this week, I don't know, but eventually I feel like he's going to get that first win this year. Him and the other Penske guys, Keselowski too. Keselowski's always been kind of pecking at the door, but just hasn't walked through yet.
Yeah. I actually think Joey's been. I actually feel like Joey's been a touch off until this week. And granted, they ran top 10s, but back in that top 5 this week, Brad back with 4th. But I think Brad has been the standout for sure over there. Blaney ended up 10th, a little bit disappointing after that stage 1 win. I was hoping for a better day for Blaney. 1, because he was on my fantasy, and 2, I like Blaney.
Yeah. If Blaney couldn't win, I'm happy Truex won just because, paid out well.
I mean, yeah, I'm about to win $50. I'm going to cheer for old Martin as well. One was the 3rd, Chase Elliott. 5th, Harvick. 6th, they ran a little better, still not quite up to form, but they're seemingly getting better each race now, I do believe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Almirola in 11th, so another Stuart Haas, at least better than they have been. Looking down this, Bubba Wallace in 16th. They had a solid car. They made an absolutely bonkers, not even just terrible. I mean, straight up, Mike Wheeler, what you doing, man? Because that call for those tires was, it was just not very smart. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, they were rolling too, man. They had a fast pace there. Without that call, I'm confident he would have been a top 10 finish at least. I mean, they were.
Oh yeah,
rolling.
I think definitely top 10. If not further, they had top 5 speed at least for a chunk of that run. Now, granted, a lot of things could happen, but I'm with you. Definitely would have top 10 finish.
Yeah, it killed them. Like, you just saw people flying by them because they were on fresh tires, and Bubba was out there on ones he'd been running for the last few laps and just could not compete.
Yeah, and then kind of fell apart after that too. Not the next round not great in the pits, and it just kind of messed up the whole vibe, if you will, of their race. I feel like even there wasn't a ton of time left to recover when that happened, but even what little there was just seemed to fall apart after that. So
Yeah.
but hopefully they can turn things back around in Atlanta. They certainly brought some speed. I think at least notable, visible speed for the first time since Daytona.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, by far, it was the best looking they've looked all season so far. So, I mean,
Yeah.
but that's hopeful, man. So it's good.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully things are coming together over there. You know, you're going to have growing pains, but still a little disappointed in Mike Wheeler there, I'll be honest. Right, and well, I guess that will look us ahead to Atlanta. Well, we had a Xfinity race in Phoenix.
We had Ty Gibbs come in second, almost come back and win that race. Only his second Xfinity race.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane to watch. I mean, Ty Gibbs seems like he's the truth.
Yeah.
And it's why Martin had to get out there and get that win on Sunday.
You know what I mean? Felt that breathing down his back, like, oh man.
Yeah, everybody at Gibbs better be out there winning some races because that kid's they're gonna be looking for a ride soon.
Yeah. I don't see how you don't put him in Cup soon with those kind of performances. I mean, it's got to slow down at some point. I feel like at some point he can't be running 1-2 every race.
I mean, nah, there's going to have some hiccups for sure along the way. It's just inevitable, but they are very impressive. As of now, no, not a one. And he dominated the ARCA race the night before.
Yeah.
And Austin Cindric won the Xfinity race. That's kind of that Truex level. You don't remember an Austin Cindric Xfinity win at this point.
We're talking about the guy that came in second more than Austin Cindric.
I think the world is, and just kind of how it is.
But yeah, I mean, like we've talked about before, you normally have a group chat going during the races, and if they had maybe 5 more laps, I think Gibbs, I mean, we all thought Gibbs would be the winner of that race. He was right there ready to take first place.
Oh, dude, yeah. If not 2 laps, maybe.
That last corner, man, he drove it in like it was gonna, like he knew it was gonna stick no matter what. Gosh, I was like, man, he's gonna wreck, but he did.
He did. He laid it all out. It was cool. I mean, I like what he's doing. I like his RS Senna helmet this weekend. So maybe my early, really no reason dislike of him anyway was wrong.
I'm still sticking with my no reason to dislike for him.
You don't like him because Daddy's got that weather machine, or his grandpa.
Yeah, he's got that weather machine. And because the new theory that he cloned Bobby Labonte and Tony Stewart in the early 2000s and created Ty Gibbs.
There it is. There it is.
I kind of thought that's how we got Kyle Busch, but okay.
Well. Oh, Lordy. All right. That gets us to Hot Atlanta coming up. I love Atlanta. One of my favorite tracks. Honestly.
Yeah, I like Atlanta a lot too.
Yeah.
It's I think I heard Boyer say it in the booth, but it's almost like getting 2 dirt tracks in a row as thick as Atlanta can get sometimes. And obviously not literally, but they can get y'all out there.
Yeah, and Atlanta's one of them tracks too. I think how DW always put it is it had that rubber band effect. You started close and you sort of fed up. It seems like always at the end, you got everybody's back. You know, you got a couple of guys back together again. Find out. We've seen some great finishes at Atlanta. Some legendary ones, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Legendary ones, crazy ones, and legendarily crazy ones. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
With that said, who do we got? Us or fantasy? Well, I don't know that I looked. I think my dad's probably still on top.
Yeah,
I'm in the basement, and Size is 3 points ahead of me, and you're ahead of Size, and then your dad's number 1. And that's one point out there. I'm smelling collusion because I've finished second 3 weeks in a row in the fantasy and still in the basement. I don't understand that. Size must be doing the math for NASCAR or something. I don't understand it. But whatever.
Well, let's go basement up this week, though. Let's change it up. Let's get just to throw things off. Sean,
man.
what you got? Atlanta Cup race.
Atlanta Cup race. Well, even though I'm not the one that gambles, I've been looking at the betting odds because I just enjoy doing that. And there's some pretty good, actually, if anybody's interested, Kevin Harvick is the favorite coming in, which is, that's good. But I'm going to say, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that our season prediction is completely wrong, and that Martin Truex Jr. rattles off 2 in a row. He's the first 2-time winner this season. I'm gonna go with old MTJ.
Dude, I've been debating saying that is my pick like all day in my head, whether I wanted to or not, because I think it's extremely possible.
Y'all trying to copy me.
We want that money.
That's right.
Hey, listen, if you want to be a real man on this betting size, go on down and take Josh Bilicki or Quinn Hoff, Timmy Hill, a few other guys there that they are plus 150,000.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar, that means you put $100 on one of those guys and they win, you will get paid out $150,000. You think you need to jump on that?
Yeah, well, you know what? If somebody had said that at the first race of the year about Michael McDowell, they'd be a rich man. So who knows?
Hey, it's STEMI week. Put a big old hundo down on one of those guys. And let's do it.
Oh man!
It may be a group effort one week. Well, just throw 100 in on these guys.
All right. Since we're doing bottom up, I'm assuming I'm next, right?
That would be you, Big Hoss.
Okay. There's a trend here at Atlanta. If you go back and look at Atlanta, because I looked at this I just pulled it back
you follow
up.
You follow the leader. You getting ready to say that?
But no, last 3 winners, Fords. Before that, 3 winners, Chevrolets. Before that, 2 winners, Toyota. Before that, 2 winners, Chevrolet. Before that, 3 winners, Dodge. So it comes in groups. And Ford just tapped out their 3 last year. So we're getting ready to start a new 3 group. And it was Ford, or Toyota, then Chevrolet, then Ford. So now it's got to cycle back to Toyota. So the obvious winner is going to be Kyle Busch.
Okay. Okay.
Got to follow the cycles.
I'm going to start requiring you to use that whiteboard function on Zoom to draw it out for our listeners, because I swear I ain't got no clue what you just said.
What I said is Kyle Busch is winning, and it's going to happen.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about the build up to get there, although it's interesting, but I do think Kyle Busch is going to have a probably a really fast car. He's really good at Atlanta, and they're getting better, at least there in the 18 camp.
But Sean could be right because he picked the Toyota too. So he actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So,
I'm still not seeing the connection, but okay. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm not one by the betting odds for chances or for Larry Sizey Max trends. So I'll have to go with a Ford. 4 in a row, I guess it would be for Ford if I followed correctly.
Yep.
And the Kevin Harvick gets back in victory lane in Atlanta. I feel like I say Harvick every week. I don't know if I do or not.
Yeah, I feel like I do too. That's why I didn't do it this week. I feel like the first 3 weeks of the season, I kept saying Harvick, and he was at the bottom. So
it's like it's going to happen though one of these weeks. So you're bound to be right at some point. So I'm going this week again. Harvick, you got to.
It's inevitable. It has to happen. Right?
Yeah, especially they're getting better. We saw more fall off, sure, but they're getting better. You can see they're close, and he likes Atlanta. He has always liked Atlanta. Always been good at that track since. Well, it's third start, I guess.
Hey, real quick, I'll shout out. I haven't had a single Hendrick Motorsports reference in this episode, so I'm gonna give you one right now. Number 2 in the betting odds is Kyle Arson. So Vegas putting some respect on that team after what they've been doing. So
on my FanDuel's bet, I went with Chase because he's actually kind of low down there. I think he was 1,000 to 1 odds. So
Something like
wow.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
put the
Yeah.
bet down on Chase Elliott.
Would have thought him up a bit higher. I know
Yeah.
not amazing, I guess, as far as wins Atlanta, but I figure they'll be solid. But Larson, spoiler for my fantasy team, I had him in my team this week because I'm tired of getting beaten on by dad. I did not go conservative at all this week.
I think I set my lineup for this weekend before I forget about
I
it.
do too.
All right. Anything else before we wrap it up?
Yeah, don't forget, you always get the Warehouse Clothing Company, Princeton, West Virginia, our sponsor. Check them out online, in store, ever how you want it. Hit them up.
That's right. Get you a high, wide, and handsome shirt.
There you go.
Talk to us next week. That's all I'll say on that. And
Okay.
of course, check out right here, Arson Brothers Entertainment, their main rod, if you will. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram. And check out their Instagram, high.wide.handsome.pod. Please subscribe here to the Arson Brothers Network. Lots more fun stuff to come. There'll be a new Arson Brothers Eats tomorrow, a vlog from the Bristol Dirt Nationals later next week. And we got a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah,
all right.
we're rolling it out.
We will be back. Good night, gentlemen. And good night, all of you.